end of our season, isn't it?
Almost, yeah. One left, a finisher, a rounder-upper.
Then we're going to do winter warmers.
Yeah.
We may find love.
Winter, oh.
May get cuffed up for winter.
Find out
Joking.
in season 2. Might start doing every episode to me. I love men so much.
They make me happy. No.
When it's cold outside.
I was going to say something else. And I get to think right. If you know me, you know the next lyric, alright?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Freaking Tory Lanez has decided to pop up on social media, on an Instagram live, to, well, say a whole heap of shit and nothing, really. Did you catch any of the elements of what he was saying?
That he didn't do it?
He didn't even say he didn't do it. Like, he literally just kind of, like, skated.
Pussyfooted round.
Yeah, he went around the bend.
Right. Is he in some form of chokehold where he can't say anything?
Well,
or?
Allegedly, Rock Nation cottoned on to him wanting to release a press statement or whatever it's called, I think a couple of days after the incident of him shooting Meg in the foot. And they put a stop to it. So whether he's in a chokehold because of an impending court case, who knows? But I'm just kind of like, if you're going to make an album...
This is what I was about to say. Were they not going to do that then?
Put on your skaters, going around Ali Pali a couple of times, doing a figure 8. If you're going to do that, and kind of try and make it out as if you didn't do it and people are lying...
But this is what I was about to say. If they were trying to silence him at the statement, what happened during the album launch? Like, why didn't they try and shut him up then?
I'm just with this view of he's going to look so stupid once he goes into court and is found guilty. Because I'm not trying to be Mystic Meg here.
Yeah.
But we're still trying to decipher. If you're trying to say that you and Meg are, still cool or still friends, or, you're cool with her and you've got nothing against her, well, of course you fucking don't because you're the one that shot her. But if you're going to do that, then get this and then go to court over it and then get found guilty. What I don't understand is it's just like, if you're not going to come out and tell us exactly how it happened, then shut the fuck up.
I saw somewhere that if he gets sentenced, it's about 15 years that he'll go to jail. That is a long time. And
because it wasn't even one shot, wasn't it? It was pop, pop. It was 2.
How are you going to cope from being a megastar to then going to jail? You're going to get bullied left, right and centre. Especially because you shot a woman for what? Do you know what I mean? We'll never know what happened because there's no...
Do you think it's fair for us to make comment or side with Meg without hearing
This is it.
Whether he's guilty or not.
It's like the Beyonce, Jay-Z and Solange situation. Even though we saw Solange battering Jay in the fucking lift, we don't know what happened between them and why she did that. We don't know. He could have been, God forbid, but he could have been a kiddie fiddler. Do you know what I mean? Or he could have been cheating on Beyonce and she's just saying nothing. And her sister's like, you know what, I'm fed up with this. Whack, whack. But it's so funny that everybody uses their phones in situations to film so many different things, but this moment wasn't captured.
Because it wasn't the other side of the street or something.
They were all in a car though.
Yeah, and then came out and then he shot her whilst her back was turned or whatever. I mean, the thing is ultimately, she got shot, she was injured, she's suffered, and she is still suffering, I'm sure. Because the psychological impact of being so close to somebody, / in a relationship with them or seeing them, and then that happening is a lot to take. But if he's trying to make out as if that's not the case, then what is the story? Because I'm just like, how can you make such a big song and dance? And he was doing this whole, on his Insta Live, I love black women. Why do you think for a second that I would want to hurt a black woman? I'm all about black women.
When he was coming clean?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He was like, he's like, you need to squash this whole narrative of I don't love black women and I'm tearing black women down because I put them in my music videos. My songs are about ghetto love. And I'm just like, okay, you're ranting for 15 minutes here. And that has nothing to do with this crime that we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about a shooting that has gone on. We're talking about a woman who's been injured, who's Meg Thee Stallion. What happened?
And
because all these branches that are coming off,
yeah,
and staring off into Timbuktu. What are we going to do with that information, really?
Do you even remember the whole controversy that came out when he came here to do a music video, and there was
oh yeah, what was that again?
There was mixed race girls in the video, there was dark skinned girls in the video, and then there was white girls in the video, right? And he didn't want the dark skinned girl in the video to lead, and then obviously she came forward, I think it was, and said he's the waste man. Like, he told me that.
So that might be where that maybe there's been more than that incident that has happened, which maybe has led him to feel like he needs to justify himself as far as that's concerned.
Yeah.
However, I still feel like the emphasis is on the wrong points. Mm-hmm. It's like you're skating around the topic, trying to tick off these things around the circle without going straight in for the bullseye and talking about what it is that we need to know, because we learn from his Instagram live a whole heap of fucking nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like he should shut up?
I was gonna say yes, for his own safety and mental health, because not that I'm siding with him or Meg, but we just don't know what happened. It's so crazy. Like, we genuinely don't know what happened, and we genuinely can't keep trying to break it down, because she's saying one thing, he's saying something that is nothing. And because she went on her live and she said, he shot me. He's gone on his live and said, I love black women. Okay, but what happened? Like you said, what happened? I need to know, Tory. You know? Because you are in the spotlight, and because people do watch you, and because you make music for your supporters, we need to now know, because you've put yourself in this position. You've left it exposed.
And I just think as well, the cheek of bringing out an album during that time.
And then talking about it.
I just feel it's so insensitive. And to me, you know, again, like you've said, we don't actually know what's gone on. But to me, having a look at the behavioural patterns, it just looks like somebody who's being vindictive, manipulative, gaslighting, trying to control the situation. It literally looks like he is guilty by the way he's handling it, because he could have handled it so differently. Yeah.
But then again,
like you say,
we don't know whoever he signed to. They may have told him, you need to put this album out. He may have been like, fuck that, no, can you not see what's happening? People now hate me and I haven't done anything, let's say. And they're like, well, you need to put music out, people need to hear your side of the story, Either way, if he did say no, he actually did make those tracks. So it's kind of still like, why did you make that music if you didn't want it to go out?
It just doesn't sit well with me.
Nothing is. It's all like
nothing sits well with me. Do you think it's fair to cancel him as far as playing his music is concerned? Like, obviously, I mean, you don't obviously play his music too tough, but if you
That's the thing, I did.
Yeah.
I did. I loved listening to Tory. Do you know what I mean? Some of his tracks were really good.
Would you spin his music now?
Now, after he dropped that album, after what had happened, again, it's such a weird, I was going to say weird puddle to stand in, but it's just such a weird place to be because you don't know. But from what we are getting, you shot her. She hopped out of the car on one foot. Everyone then had to hop out of the car because the police were saying, put your hands up in the air because they thought you were a threat. You are a threat. You just shot someone. How do we know you're not going to shoot at us? What was it? Was you on psychedelics? Like, what happened in that car that led you to that point? And now he's probably sitting at home thinking, what the fuck? Everything happened so fast. How did I get here? The whole world hates me. I released an album whilst the whole world hated me, so they hate me even more now. And I've lost my girlfriend.
Unless he's running with the narrative of,
you did it.
Well, I might as well chat shit because I'm gonna get put in anyway, so I might as well just.
Let me just tell you this: Pac and Biggie would never do this shit. Like, we never got this shit from them. Okay, they were just rapping about each other, and then the good life they lived.
Yeah, I mean they did.
And then their struggles. But they
got into their hardships though.
They got into some fucked up shit, but they wasn't.
But it's interesting though because, speaking to a number of DJs, it's always interesting. I find listening to their thoughts on playing music of people that have done done wrong.
Yeah. In
their personal life, and whether you can draw a line between them as an artist and them as a person, or whether the lines get blurred. Like for me, the lines get blurred. The lines get blurred with Tory Lanez and what he's done. Obviously, if he's found not guilty, then I'd feel more at ease playing his music. But knowing that he's done that, I'm a bit like, R. Kelly, you're not going to catch me playing his music, to the point where if I hear it out in public, I will be that bitch that goes up to the DJ and be like, no, absolutely fucking not. But I always find it interesting to hear what DJs' thoughts are on that and where they stand, because you'll then get those that will say, well, what about drill artists that have done mad shit?
Yeah.
Stabbed people, fired shots at people. What about Jay-Z? And bullshit that he's done in his past. Like, where do you draw the line? And I find that so interesting because it's like,
that means
it's true. Is it just because we live in a society now which is cancel culture and it's for this generation, does it then just disregard way back when? But then that doesn't make sense because R. Kelly's from way back then too. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but he's a scumbag.
But he's still doing it. That's the point. Okay, that's the point.
But the issue is, if we had to do, that means nobody would be able to make music. No one. These drill artists, that's their reality. Like, they have to be looking over their shoulder constantly. Tory, is it your reality that you shoot women?
No.
Like, do you do that often? And it's R. Kelly's reality that he likes sleeping with young children. He spoke about it, openly. Unfortunately, we turned a blind eye to it and just sang along to the songs, but he was talking about young children, Drill artists, we sing along to their songs, and I usually catch myself thinking, who the fuck am I going to dip down? What? I'm like, this isn't me, this isn't my song. So I go to Tiana Taylor and I listen to something else because what the fuck? Seriously. But, like I'm saying, that's their reality, everyone's reality. But Tory Lanez stepped out of that. I'm going to just go with the fact that he was on psychedelics. Or not the fact, but I'm going to go with that he was on psychedelics and he just tripped the fuck out because you weren't rapping about that stuff before. Not that he was, or not that he rapped about and done it, but this isn't something that you do. No woman has come forward from back in the day saying, yeah, he shot me before too.
Yeah, we haven't heard that. There has been some blogs which have been found, because there's like these, like, I don't know, there's like forums and that people go on and blah blah blah. They got posted on like UK blog pages of some girls that have said that they've experienced abuse with Tory Lanez, just being kind of like aggressive and just a little bit mouthy and all of that kind of stuff. But no one that has actually,
it's probably small man
from what we
too.
know, filed a complaint with the authorities against him. So, yeah, obviously it's hard to say what his actual history is, and it will be really interesting once he goes to court over this scenario. I feel like it will be really interesting to find out what the verdict is, which I think is going to be guilty, but it will throw a huge spanner in the works if he's found not guilty.
And then if he's guilty, he's gone for 15 years.
Yeah, but do they serve all the 15 years in America?
Fuck, they give no fucks. You're gone. Like, no, you're lost in the system after that. So probably he might, but if he's got money,
obviously I'm saying that he did it, but we still have to say allegedly because he hasn't been found guilty. But if he's done that and shot at her, maybe under psychedelics or whatever.
I just love the word psychedelics. I'm sorry.
He's got it in him to do it again.
Potentially, it's true.
And that's mad. Picking up a gun.
You have to load it.
Load the gun. And pat.
But do you know
not
what?
even once, twice.
Do you know what I think,
Twice.
George?
You can't get away. Like that's that. You can't get away. I'm going to
think?
shoot you in your foot so you can't get away, which is what she was trying to do because they're having an argument or whatever.
You're really soft, by the way.
Thank you very much.
But what I think, is as horrible as both of these acts are, like genuinely fucking
heinous
crimes, stabbing and shooting is way more detached, you don't have to be next to someone unless you're, I don't know, point blank range, whatever, but when it comes to stabbing, that is a knife in your hand. You have to put that in someone's body, and it has to
penetrate someone's,
and then you take it out.
Yeah,
that is a whole different that is wild, but again, everyone's reality is different, and what people have to do to survive is different all the time, but
counselling.
He did shoot her. Counselling. Oh, he did shoot her.
Look at that, scared me. Pep.
Oh no, just stop. Oh, the battery died! Oh my